And some breaking news this lunchtime, a damning report on Nottinghamshire's care system.
The news they've waited for so long.
The independent inquiry says the city...
For these abuse survivors, it's personal. Here, together, for revelations about a scandal that went on for several decades.
Knowing that we've finally been heard, that's great. They humiliated us. They took away our dignity. They took away our pride. They took away our self-esteem. They took away our trust and our hopes.
I'm astonished to find out that people who was put in a position of trust abused that trust and were being paid for it.
This is just the beginning. It's going to take a long time for that dark cloud to be lifted.
The independent inquiry, chaired by Professor Alexis Jay, spent a month looking at Nottinghamshire's care system. Today's report says there are likely to be many more victims than the 350 who gave evidence. Many were sent here to the notorious Beechwood Children's Home. The inquiry found the culture there allowed abusers to thrive, and there was abuse in a dozen other residential units.
I've been in the inquiry now since March 2015. I think this was probably, in terms of scale, the most shocking that we've seen. And actually, if you think about it, we're not talking here about one individual that either blocked or actively participated in the sexual abuse of children. We're just talking about a regime that over many years just didn't recognise what they need to do to protect children.
Today's report says the main perpetrators were predatory residential staff and foster carers. Children abused other children too. The inquiry found victims weren't believed despite appalling physical and sexual abuse, and the City and County Councils simply failed to protect them and failed to act on reviews showing that things needed to change.
I think they are all happy that there's that acknowledgement that this went wrong, because we all knew it, but now it's in paper, and I think that was very important. Now we just have to make sure that everything's followed through so that it's not all a wasted effort for them.
A few of the abusers have been jailed. Andres Logins targeted youngsters he was supposed to be caring for at Beechwood, and Patrick Gallagher was a foster father who abused a string of children. And today's report says there are still weaknesses in that foster care system, and the councils still need better processes for reporting and responding to child sex allegations.
I want to see some accountability, but the first thing should be to sort out people like the people I represent, many people who still don't have compensation. In one case, doesn't even have the completed file that he's been seeking for the last couple of years.
They have been covering it up since 2003!
It was this angry campaign by Mickey Summers that prompted the Nottinghamshire inquiry.
Over 400 further survivors actually came forward. I think I've done my job, and maybe the rest of those survivors that have come forward will be the final nail in the coffin, and we all get some kind of closure by the removal of people from public office.
Sadly, there is a dreadful stain on the history of this council.
There have been several official apologies. For many survivors, they're too little, too late. But today, final vindication that they were shockingly let down.